All right, let's go Trump Tableau time. See what we get. Actually, let's do it this way. So we'll use the majors only here for this one. See if I got them all. All right, Trump Tableau. House of the Fool, the Hangman. House of the World, the Lovers. Let's see if I can stop the autofocus from jumping up and down. Oh Lord, not again. Not again. All right. So, in the House of Fool is the Hangman. That is beginning and a perspective change or beginning to being stuck. So something is going to be binding here that is going to require some sacrifice and some reassessment possibly too. Something new that is going to take a long time before it completes, because the Fool is a journey that takes a very long time. And this is going to change things, because in House Death is where Fool is. And so it is going to change a whole lot of things, and it's going to take a while before it's done. This is personal though, because it requires personal sacrifice. Also requires some looking into it and some investigation. House World is the Lover's card. There's some ends to relationships. Anyway, we'll get there. Into relationships. Also in World is in House Justice. Justice is justice. And then World completion. So whoever these relationships are, so there may be some new lawyers that are coming in because some old ones are going out, type of thing. Anyway, the Moon, the Sun, the Justice, the Emperor, and the Star. So there is something here under the surface that has been illuminated by a man who is an officer of some sort, Emperor and House Emperor. He sits in a position of power. This power is his, so he may be a bit, what is the word? Monolith is not the word I want, but he may be on his own to where he doesn't have much oversight, if any at all. So this could be Merrick, to where he is not necessarily responsible or doesn't answer to the president, type of thing, because they're supposed to be separate. But he has authorities, of course, but there is very little over him. This could be Jack as well, but something has been revealed to this man, and it helps his case in the future here. The Star is in House Hierophant. Hierophant speaks of the government, conformity, wisdom. The Star is speaking of the future, hope, and inspiration. So there is something here that may have changed his view as well. I did a reading on Jack Smith, and he has I think he had these two cards specifically at the beginning of his read that said something for the future changes his perspective. And so, not completely, but it's like it adds to it. So whatever was here, Moon in House Magician. Magician is manipulations and skills and talents and powers. Now, when it has the moon here, then it's manipulation because the moon hides things. And so right next to it is High Priestess. High Priestess is secretive, but there's the sun. So this is exposure. Justice, in-house Empress, which means this is brand new, like a brand new baby type thing. And it has something to do with the investigation because Empress is in-house Hermit. Hermit looks into things and is an investigation. Also something from the past because Hermit is in-house Judgment. Judgment speaks of the past and things recurring, things coming back up from the past. And so that whole document thing to where it actually came out that he ordered such and such to move this and ordered such and such to scan that and hide that. So all that stuff is coming back from the past. Has something to do with the investigation, but it's new info for Jack because he did not have that before, but now he does now. And so this rose speaks of either Jack or Merrick or somebody like that who has a lot of authority and very little oversight, and they have gotten something new for their case. Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, the Magician, Empress, and the Death card. There is something secretive, a secret message or a secret. I know we try to, with some of us say this in levity, but there's a death of a woman that may be enclosed somewhere. And then there are secrets that lie within. I'll just say it that way and leave it there. But the World, the Judgment, the Fool, the Hierophant, and the Chariot, there is what you thought was complete here. This could also speak to Weisselberg. The Fool is in house death. There's change. Something changed big time. Because what you thought was complete. Here, justice, world is in house justice. Justice speaks of legal something. So you thought something was over. And then judgment reoccurs. Judgment is in house hangman. Judgment means reoccurrence. Also means judgment, judgment skills, or announcements for me too. And then the hangman is your stuck, stagnant perspective change. And so there may be something in the past that wasn't included in whatever was completed. And thus it now becomes its own thing. Because the Fool is beginning journeys. This is not over in 10 minutes. This takes a while to complete. Because you have to go from the Fool through all of these other cards to get to the World. So it takes a long while to complete. The World, again, big picture and completion, but the Judgment card, something reoccurs and it comes from the past. But it was not included. Because again, hangman, it was stuck. So it was like something wasn't added to a case somewhere. And the Chariot being in house devil, it may have something to do with the transportation of something. Or working with someone for the transportation of something. The Hierophant in house temperance could speak of a medical institution or an institution to do with drugs and wellness. Or a spa, or a retreat, or a hotel. Because the temperance is recuperation as well, so somewhere you would go to recuperate. And so, but it has a big establishment type things with rules and regulations and in terms of service and those type of things. that you are personally involved in at the time, even with being president. So you didn't excuse yourself, or however word that word is. You didn't dissolve of your interest within this company. So this could be something to deal with profiting off of, like, maybe the Secret Service when they had to stay at your hotels or something like that. There's just a whole bunch of profiting off of things that should have been diverted elsewhere, because you should have divested. That's the word. You should have divested in this thing. So that wasn't included in this, whatever this was from the past. Some sort of issue. Because, like I said, Chariot is in-house devil. So there is something corrupt around transportation or corrupt around moving something. Because maybe you charge these people and you shouldn't have, or there's something corrupt there that is starting something new that is going to make giant changes in your life. Death is in-house Wheel of Fortune. So change. This is natural change, because the Wheel of Fortune is time. So it changes naturally. Death is major changes. So there's big giant changes that you could actually see coming if we all just looked at a specific area. Because death is inevitable, just like the Wheel of Fortune. So this is like something that was bound to come up. And then Wheel of Fortune in House Lovers. Lovers is relationships. So this is like relationships over time deteriorate, cause change. This can also govern something to do with relationships here, because these people with the Chariot card, these are opposites pulling together to make one thing. So these can be outside people. So we have something here about you dealing with outside people for a corrupt reason, which that's pretty much your whole life. But that's coming to a head. That is something that is about to start a new case or a new something. A new investigation at the very least. Because again, brand new investigation. Empress is brand new. Brand new baby, brand new opportunity, something coming to life, and it's in-house Hermit. Hermit is investigations. And Hermit is in-house Judgment. Judgment is something from the past reoccurring. Whatever that thing was that's reoccurring was stuck at some point and could not move forward. It is now, because a major change is happening. It's eventual. So this was going to happen at some point. And go back to here, relationships. It has something to do with the people he worked with. Maybe one of those people is getting in trouble. I don't really know. But there's something new starting here. Corruption. And devil is in-house sun. So back to exposure of wicked deeds, secret. So exposure of wicked deeds by these people who helped you do something. In-house Chariot is the High Priestess, secret. Exposed. Corruption. So it's coming, everything's coming out in the wash. This is the thing you should have feared the most, is everything coming to a head. This is why you don't delay everything, because now it's all happening at once. Anyway, the Strength, the Tower, the Temperance, the Devil, the Hermit. This is a very there's someone around you. Not that he's watching this, but there's someone around you. The Strength and the Tower. I can read it this way, but it's not what it says. Well, then don't read it that way. Just say it how it is. There's someone around you with an addiction problem. It's going to get worse, and it may even become public if that person's not you personally. It's very destructive, though. Very, 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 very destructive to the physical body and the good health. Good health card is in-house Tower. Tower is destruction, accidents, upheaval. I got this same card in this position, I do believe, when Ivana fell down the steps. The person trapped in the box with secrets. When they fell down the steps. There's no person in this row, so I can't say who has a health issue. But the moon, the wheel of fortune, the world, and the strength, there is something eventual coming to an end. Because the moon is secrets and concealing something. The wheel of fortune is eventuals. Also finances. And then there's the big picture in the world, completion, and then the strength. So something finishes strong. Maybe there's an investment there. But strength is in house tower. In house strength is magician. In house magician is the moon. In house moon is the temperance. In house temperance is the hierophant. In house hierophant is the star. In house star is the tower. In house tower we go back to strength. So someone is supposed to be doing better and it gets worse. So I'll go back through this. In house tower is the strength. So this is the card that governs good health. So you go to the strength is magician, manipulation, skill, power, talent. In magician is the moon. So this person is uncertain of their ability to overcome whatever is challenging their health. In house moon is temperance. Temperance is sobriety. Healing after trauma. This is your emotional healing card. Star is your physical healing card. So this is your emotional healing. In-house temperance is the hierophant. This could be an older person. Someone's father, someone's grandfather. This is an older person of some sort here. In-house hierophant is the star. That's physical healing. So maybe they're recuperating from something. In-house star is the tower. It gets worse. There's a sudden thing or an accident. So someone's health around you becomes compromised. Someone's sobriety in this row is severely compromised. This is a loved one, though. So I don't know if it's his sister, an older person. If it's, I don't know. Someone's health is severely compromised, but it is because of something corrupt. This is not... they're aged out type thing. This has nothing to do with age. If you want an age related thing, then you'd go to Hierophant, Wheel of Fortune, Tower. So something disastrous happens around someone's age in time. This is someone's age mixed with drugs, basically. Something corrupt. Drugs, alcohol, something addictive. Because again, this is sobriety, this is addiction. I can't read that no other way. So the sun, the high priestess, the judgment, and the tower. So the sun is illumination, success, secrets, judgment, tower. There is some forced exposure. Remember, I always say about the exposure cards, there's 3 of them. The star exposes, but is exposing, it's nothing to hide, is what it is. So it reveals any and everything. The sun, you cannot hide within the sun. So this is almost like an oops type of thing. Like, crap, now you see it because so forth and so forth. The tower exposes by force, kicking the door type thing. And so there is exposure and forced exposure and an announcement of secrets. So whatever you were hiding is about to come out by force, and this could involve other people or extra people or because of cases, anything. It's in-house star. And so this was something that someone may have exposed because they didn't want to hide it. All 3 of your exposure cards are tied together. They didn't want to hide it. Again, high priestess. Sun is in house high priestess. There's high priestess. And then star, the tower's in house star. And so your exposure cards are connected. This may involve an outside person who had nothing to hide or didn't wish to hide it anymore. They also may be connected with the government. So stars in House Hierophant, they may be connected with the government as well. So there's that. The Justice, the Magician, and the Fool, and the Temperance. Justice is justice. The Magician is skill, power, talent. This could be a lawyer of some sort. Brand new, working with you. So I do believe you will have a new lawyer. I do not believe they will serve you very well. They have a... I don't think their skill set matches your case. I'll say it that way. The Emperor, the Empress, the Hierophant, and the Devil. This is the family, because this is your older and your man-woman, so this could be your family or your relationship, marriage. Something's corrupt within there. Something is going in a very, very, very bad direction. With the Devil is in House Sun, so it's exposure of dirty deeds. So this may be more women coming out too. Something that upsets the balance of your relationship. Also, Empress in House Hermit. Hermit is isolation, also loneliness. It could also be someone who is actually found, because they do search. Hermit searches. Found more women. And then boom, there you go. Corruption, exposure. Devil in House Sun. Sun in House in High Priestess. Secrets. So women, exposure, secrets. Lord. There is the Star, the Death, the Chariot, the Hermit. There's an investigation of a car accident. I don't know who, don't know why, don't know what, don't know where either, but there's an investigation of a car accident. This is not what this says, this is what I heard. Because I would need Tower to say accident. Well, it's in House Star, so there you go. So it does say it. Because this is physical healing. Death, car, investigation. I don't know who, but this could have also been like maybe one of those fools who drove cars into crowds type things. I don't know. There's investigation, and it may not be a car. Maybe it's just an accident of a vehicle of some sort. Because it could be any kind of vehicle since we're using the majors only. Anyway, there's that. Because this person may be in the car by themselves. And maybe that's why there's an investigation. Like, how did you wreck all by yourself? So far that's what I got, and we shall see.